Hey everybody, it's Miss Kigome again, and I know those of you who have been following my reconstructive surgery are probably wondering what happened, after reconstruction, or what happened to the video that I was supposed to show you when I was all done. Well, honestly, I have not had my reconstructive surgery. I have not finished it anyway because of insurance issues. I am waiting with an indefinite answer. I do not know when I'll finish my surgery. I have my expander. I've had it since September. It is full. I'm ready for the exchange, but my doctor is having a hard time getting my insurance to go ahead and cover the symmetrical part of the surgery, which is like it won't go ahead and cover my left breast being done along with the right breast. So what good is that? It'll still be like lopsided because my left breast is a lot bigger than my right breast is going to be. And it wouldn't be a big deal if they could make my right breast bigger, but they can't. So that's where I am. I am completely stuck, and I'm just sitting here like ready for it to be over. But hey, you do what you can when you can do it. So trying not to worry about it too much. But I wanted to let you guys know what was going on and why I hadn't posted a video. A lot of things have been going on since this whole thing started. My father actually got diagnosed with cancer. He has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he has two lesions, one on his liver and one on his spleen. Back in February, they had given him a week, 2 weeks at the most to live. They basically tried to send him home to die, and he refused. He wanted to do chemo. The doctor said it was uncharted territory, and anyone in his position, they would normally just be gone from here. And it is June, and he is still alive, and he's no longer in the hospital. He stayed in the hospital about a month and a half, and now he's home. Uh, the way we found out was we took him to our local emergency room because he was sick. He was sick. We didn't know what was wrong with him. And they admitted him the first time, and then he ended up having a heart attack while he was in the hospital. And they sent him to the next county over to their hospital where he was treated for a heart attack. And given stress tests and all that stuff, and then he was released. Later, he got sick again, not long after, and we took him back to the emergency room where they released him the same night. It was like basically there's nothing we can do. Then we still did not know he had cancer. They just said there's nothing that they could do and sent him home very sick. So the next day, my sister and I took him to the next county over to the hospital he had been to before that took very good care of him during the heart attack issue. And they actually did a lot of tests on him, and then that's when we found out that he actually had cancer. We did not know. They assumed that we knew because we'd already taken him to the other hospital, and I guess that in their notes they put somewhere that he had some form of cancer, but they didn't tell us he had cancer. So that's when we found out that he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he was put on the oncology floor. The doctor is very good. He decided since my daddy wanted to go forward, he would try to make a chemotherapy just for him. Like, you know, everybody has their own personal concoction. He was really specific with him and really telling us that they didn't know what would happen when he got his chemotherapy, if he would die during chemotherapy, or if he just get sick, or if he get better, or what. They didn't really expect him to live. We were all very worried when he had his first session of chemotherapy. He came through it like a trooper. He was eating the whole time he was having his chemotherapy. His dad told us one of the signs of nearing the end of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is when you stop eating and drinking. And he had stopped eating, and what we found out later, we assumed that he had some type of infection in his mouth, and his mouth was sore, so he wasn't eating. And After the doctor discovered the infection in his mouth, they cleared it up. They started to clear it up. He started eating a lot more. He started drinking, and he started to get better. So the cancer has spread, but the lesions are now shrinking. Thank God. They are shrinking and smaller and smaller. Had a doctor's appointment where they thought that something had went wrong. Excuse me. Because his white blood cells were up and some other things were all wrong and stuff was all over the place. But I think maybe he just had a cold or something. So they held off on his chemo and did some more scans and stuff and found out that the lesions are shrinking even more and that everything is fine. So now he's not even in the hospital anymore. He's at home. He uses an oxygen tank and he takes medications and steroids, which causes his diabetes to go sugar to go up. So he takes insulin. But he's getting around very well for someone who was near death. Uh, he goes out with people. He's not supposed to drive, but I caught him driving the other day, which is bad. But what can you do with your parents? You can only do so much. But the point is, they thought he was going to die. He decided to put his faith in God and believe that it was not time for him to go yet, even when everyone else told him that maybe he should go home and try to enjoy his last days. He said no. He wanted to push on. He was not worried about chemotherapy. He has not had any issues with the chemotherapy. He's had like really low grade fevers. Besides that, he's always eaten through. He always drinks. He hasn't lost his appetite at all. And it's just like amazing because I know chemotherapy for me was torture and I could hardly walk by the end of it. But he's up, walking around. He's walking around slowly, but he was already an older guy anyways. But he's up and doing things and having bursts of energy, and even his new Lasta shots, he gets those, and it's not like knocking him back dramatically and stuff like that. But the doctors are keeping a really close eye on him, and I'm very happy. But it has really been a year, like so far, it's been crazy all over the place. Been dealing with my son and autism and my father being sick and my mother's already sick and just trying to get this surgery out of the way and trying to get to the point where I go meet my boyfriend's family. I've met his parents already, but we're supposed to be going to meet his grandparents and cousins and stuff like that. So it's like everything's just like been piled up and I'm in need of a vacation. I was hoping I would have my surgery by now, but everything happens for a reason. But I just wanted to update you guys, keep you posted. If anything else turns up, if the doctor calls me and says, hey, we're going to do surgery now, hey, I'll let you know. But one more thing, over at A Perfect Fit for You in Morehead City, they're doing this breast form fitting thing where they scan your breast and make an exact duplicate of it. It's like color, shape, freckles, nipples, everything like looks exactly the same, and then they fit it to match your chest so that you have two equal boobs again. You can glue it on or put it inside of your bra. But the lady Shelly over there was saying that I should come over and maybe try that out until surgery, since I don't have a date and I have no idea when I'm going to have a date. So I think I might give that a try. Anyways, that's all I wanted. Make sure you're aware and remember that breast cancer does not just happen to older women. Younger women are affected every day. I was 25. I lived. Now I'm 31. I'm about to have my birthday in July, so I'm very excited about that. Celebrating birthdays. Alright, guys. Bye.